It's a good one actually to include. Okay. All right. Let's see. You got this. You got steel cards from here, and then yoink. All right. Let's build some Jafar. Um. Okay. So this is the beast combo. Yeah. Okay. Let's build some Jafar. Okay. We don't need the dice. So don't think we'll need a Tinkerbell in this build, but we could maybe include them. Beast is definitely only for blue steel. But Boom and Smash are fine removal. Same goes for Long Game Zeus. Obviously, Whole New World is the key. We play for Whole New World. Grab your sword. There's a few grab your sword is okay, and we definitely do not play for the sphere. Alright, strength is probably never better than smash. Neither. We're not playing the Aladdins. These cards are green. A beast might be good. We might need beasts. Well, we're definitely playing the Javars, obviously. It is a Jafar deck. Let's put them on the side. These are green cards. I think Danganronpa Game Zeus is a removal card that's necessary in this deck, but maybe not for. Right. So we're not playing green, so we can put those away. And revenue is a reasonable, like auto shift target to get the wheels going. Maybe we can go for like a sort of mill plan-ish. So maybe we play more than 60 cards. That might actually be good anyways. Get Sisu, although we obviously want our Jafars. Let's just grab the Robin Hood now anyways. Right, not playing Sheriff, not playing Stormray John. Um, Although maybe Stormray John could be a card. It draws a card and it deals damage, so maybe. Let me play Let's Stormray John. Robin Hood is also maybe. These are green cards. Right, we definitely play Whole New World, obviously. Maybe play Robin Hood. Alright, more green cards. You probably want to play at least two grab your swords, so I'll grab this, maybe even more, but two sounds nice, maybe with like three things. But I'll just grab all four for now. Same with the storm and the beast, although we're probably not playing four beasts or four storms. We're definitely playing four Holy Worlds. That is no question. We're not playing strength. Okay, four Holy Worlds. The booms are pretty good. Maybe we play like three booms or something. Okay, and then the storm and the Robin Hoods to finish that. Okay, so these are all the steel cards we need. We might need from our previous decks. Alright, let's put these back. And now we're going through the red-purple list first. Let's see what we can get here. We're definitely not playing Cusco's. Crab is reasonable. Followers could be reasonable. We're definitely playing some kind of bounce list, although sometimes you don't play bounce in Jafar. Maybe we'll see. Um, these are red cards. We're definitely playing friends. I'm just taking the bounce package for now. Um, maybe broom, but I think followers plus Robin Hood is probably better than broom. Castle seems good for if we don't get Jafar. Alright. And just get all these good purple cards here, and then we can check if we want to play the bounce package or not. Let's get rid of those sleeves. So at the moment, I think we're not playing the bounce package. Maybe we play a few Merlins, but Dolores is also pretty good, and that one is inkable. But Merlins are always okay. I think I'm gonna grab a list on normal purple steel, like the most recent list I can find, and then work from there, and then get work a little bit around the Jafar package. All right, let's see. There's a list here, so okay. So this one plays Chenpo. That's interesting. That's probably not for us. I don't think we'll need that. This one plays only 2 snakes. I think we're gonna play 0. Let's play Smee. Smee is definitely a good true drop choice. Obviously we play 4 Jafar, so maybe we don't play the full 4 Smees. They play 3 Tinkerbell. That's okay, and then 3 Robin Hoods, three big ones, 4 small. All right, that's interesting. Why not just play the 4th? But it's like I saw 4. Okay, let's see Sasuke. All right, so he plays 3 Chenpos. All right, and uh, plays 12 one drops, but we're not doing that obviously. Um, he's only playing 2 friends, but with far deck we need to play 4. Play 0 Holy Worlds, plays 2 Grab Your Sword. Yeah, that seems about correct for us as well. Then he plays Chenpo and then the 4 Robins. He plays 4 Benja. I think 4 Benja is okay. Um, also for our deck. Alright, we got all the purple cards that we wanted from here. So now we're just gonna see what cards we want that weren't in our previous decks. Um, so you have like 2 options. You can go for the turn 1 Chernobog um, and Robin Hood line. I think that's what we're gonna do. Those will be our run drops. We could go for Captain Hook, but Chernobog draws cards, and we can like after wheeling we can quest with the Chernobog followers to draw an additional card to gain an additional lore, or not 2 lores from the one from the quest, one from the draw. So I think those will be our run drops, so we don't need to look for run drops anymore. These cards are bad. Um, Yeah, you could go for like a Tinkerbell, so you can shift Tink and play Holy World, but that's not necessary. Right now we have 3 grabs here, or 2, 3. Yeah, we're definitely not playing 4. 3 is probably already too many. And how many smashes do we have there? 2. Yeah, 2 smashes probably also the max. I think maybe 2 smash, 3 baboom or something. Right, we'll see. Maybe we play all 4 Benjas. Maybe just play a few of these, unlike the original list. Um, The original list plays 0 beasts. Okay, that's interesting. We are definitely playing all the Jafars. All these Jafars at least. Um, we don't need the. This is the other venue room. We definitely do not need that one. We do not want to play Tiana, even though it's his opponents, but we're never. If we have an empty hand, we're probably losing the game anyways. Let's see for set 3 steel. Not really any cards here, except for maybe Smee. But we might play like 4 Jafar, 2 snakes, and that maybe 2 or 3 snakes. That would be our 2-drop slot. So, but we'll take it anyways for now. Zeus is a important card, but right now we have 3 here, and I don't think we're gonna play 4. And 3 blue was also enough. We could choose to play some Titans. So I'll take 2. I think that's the maximum. More is too many. And that's it for set 3. So yeah, let me just get these back before we forget. So those are beasts. Actually, beasts might be interesting. I mean, we're a whole new world deck, so but we are whole new world shift deck only. If we don't uh, have the like shift line, and we don't really want a whole new world, especially against like ramp decks where the beast is good. So that's fine. I know that Argus is pretty interesting against red purple. So we might want to play maybe those instead of the Smee, but I think Smee is too good, and yeah, I think Argus is a little bit too janky for our deck. So Chenpo is apparently very good in purple steel, and it gives like a bodyguard. So maybe we play like 3. I don't think we can play the full 4 in this list. Um, Ariel is more for yellow. There's not really any card here. We don't need the magic boom because we already played the Jafar. And there's no really real cards here. Could play like a one of Avalanche, but don't think that's necessary. So that's it for the steel cards. Let me just grab these back. Yeah, 200. Alright. Purple. So these, here we get Jafars, and here we have to decide how many Jafars we want to play. So, like this Jafar is probably pretty good, especially against like a turn 2 Flynn. If we have like enough answers to that and then play like a Jafar, then um, it's always one smaller than the Sisu though, so that's a little bit of a problem. Yeah, I don't think that works. As long as it's 4 or bigger. Um, so I'll put 4 here, but I think 4 is a little bit too many. Don't think we'll need Maleficent, but we could see what we want to get. We don't think we don't need anything more here, nor here, nor here. Nope, nothing here. Oh, although maybe we could play Blue Fairy. Actually, Blue Fairy might be good because we play Faultborns. We draw a card. We want to one draw. We want to draw cards, so those are okay. And then we're not playing 4 snakes. We're not playing a 4th. Well, maybe we can play like a second Merlin. Probably not, but let's see. We don't play dragons. We already have the 4 goats for rabbits, but we're probably not playing 4 goats. Rabbits might maybe. We could play an Isma, but I don't think that's necessary. And we're definitely not playing Spellbook. You could play the Genie, but I think that's a little bit of a meme. Maybe we play a few of these Jafars, or maybe even all of them. They could be good. We're definitely playing all 4 of these. That's the main card of our deck. That's about it for set 3, I think. Can maybe see if you want to play boss on a roll, but I don't think so. For if it was less than 3 maybe, but for uh, for this it's not good, and the lamp, meh, not great. Right, and then for set 4, Bell is kind of okay, but you don't really need it. Dolores is the card we are looking for. Dolores could be a good inkable version of Rabbit, or like an extra, a more card draw to get to the Jafar. You could play Flotsam and Jetsam and then wheel very early, like wheel on turn 3 or turn 2. But pretty sure it's only turn 3 actually with Jetsams. Are there any in set 3? No. Any in set 2 that would trigger it? No. And the Flotsam and Jetsam here are 4 and 5. So yeah, we can get one on turn 3, but that's like fine. Isabella is okay, but we're not. Well, we're kind of a mid-range combo deck, but we're not. We don't need this. And for like the Peter Pan could be interesting. We already play. We already play Jafar, so we give Jafar Rush, the 2-drop Jafar, so maybe that's okay. Maybe maximum 3, I would say, but I don't think we'll play the full 4. And I don't think we're gonna play the Ursula. Um, yeah, that's not necessary. Also, no, that's actually very bad. Do not play the Ursula because it says other characters can't exert to sing songs, and we want to exert our Jafar. So yeah, definitely do not. And I think second star to the right is just bad. It's just a bad card. Um, well, if you have a Jafar that's cost 7, right? Maybe you can get something off if you have 2 characters, if you have a 7 cost and a 3 cost. So maybe we can play like 2, but I think this one is more of a meme. So let's get. Maybe we see. I'll throw it on the pile. These other cards are bad, and these 2 are also bad. So those are all the cards for consideration. Let's put this one on the side, and then we're gonna cooking. We're gonna cook. All right, so we have our 1-drops. I think that's kind of decided already that we want to play 4 Churnabox followers, 4 Robin Hoods, and then the shift Robin Hood as well. And then where are the followers? There's some more here. Here's 4, and then we need one more. Here's 4. Okay, so like I think pretty sure like these are the easiest includes, and then obviously the Jafars we need. So that's this. Okay, so we have this. That's the most important. Um, Let me break out the calculator. So the probability calculator. We have a deck size of 60 cards. Maybe we play like 61, but I think 60 cards is okay. We have Jafar, the yeah the big Jafar. Let's just say it like that. We have 4 of them, and we want 4. Um, so this is at turn 5, and let's assume we mulligan a lot actually in this deck. So let's say 5 average, maybe. Yeah, let's say 5 average, so that's 12, and then on turn 5 on the play, that's 3 more. That's 4 more draws, so that would be a total hand size of 16. So we want 4 Jafars, and then um, hmm, then we can see how many other Jafars we need. So we need at least one and max. Uh, so let's say we play like these four, and we play four of these, and then we play four of these. So that would be 12 Jafars, 12 other Jafars, and we only need one, but maybe we want two, right? But we have 12 Jafars, so there's a chance of like there's a 71% chance to have the big Jafar and uh, one of the other Jafars if we play 12. Let's say we cut these four, so we only play 8. Then the chance would go to 68. So that's, yeah, that's like, what, that's 2%. Yeah, that's maybe 2, 3, 3%. So okay, so that's not worth it. But we also need Holy World. So let's say a Holy World. Need four of those. We only have one. Then if you reduce this to 8, so we had a 50% chance if for everything, and that would go down to 47. So a little bit less than half your games you'll have turn 5 Jafar, shift Jafar, wheel. And if we play 10, let's say we play 10 Jafars, then it's 49. 11, it's still 49.8, and then 12 enters the 50% match. So the difference between 11 and 12 is like 0.6%, something like that. Legitimate business person, are you playing all the Jafars? There's 6 different Jafars, and you can also play Bruno for cheese. I don't have the cards to try it. Yeah, so actually I will try to I'll try to show you how I'm deciding this. Um, let's see if I have. I'll make another scene. Oops. Okay. Okay, now let's see if it works now. Oh yeah, maybe I should include sound. That's a good one. A good idea. Lol. Uh, that would be this one. Okay, now you should hear me. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I forgot that I mute the mic because I include a separate audio capture in all my scenes. Um, so that it always takes this one and not if it somehow reverts to a default and then takes my webcam's mic. Um, so that's why you hear no sounds. Okay, but so this site, it's Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck Probability Calculator. It's the same for every card game. Obviously, it doesn't need to be Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! But let's say we take a hand size of 60, and obviously you start with 7 cards in your hand. But in this deck, you probably mulligan a lot because you want to have a Jafar or a Holy World. So let's say on average, you mulligan like 4 or 5. So let's take 5. So you go to 12. You see 12 cards. And then you draw cards for turn. So and you can shift at turn 5. So you see 4 more cards on the play. So this goes to 16 ish. Obviously, you mulligan the cards away so they can come back into the deck. So it's not completely 16. This doesn't this isn't 100% correct math. Maybe you should reduce it to like 14 or 15, but it's still reasonable. You can have the Bruno or the hat, so you can draw and have an alternative win condition. Yeah, but the Bruno dies to literally everything. So I think you just want to make the deck completely on Jafar, and yeah, just completely on Jafar, and then build the rest around controlling a little bit, like controlling the game and making sure you don't get killed by uh, red, purple, or aggro decks. But it could be interesting. Um, I haven't really thought about that one before. But the hat itself, you would probably not play. But Bruno, I mean, if you play all the Jafars, literally all the Jafars, and you play Bruno, then you can draw a lot of cards, obviously. But you need to play 4 Holy Worlds. You need to play 4 um, yeah, you mean maybe like two. You need to play 2 Grab Your Sword. You need to play 5 Baboom/Smash in total. So that's more cards. That's stop the Bruno effect. So it's not guaranteed, and we don't play red, so we cannot untap the Bruno, and the hat itself just takes too long. You need to, if you want to have both. Let me like open an extra one if you want to have both. So 60, and so Bruno is 4 drop, right? So that's 7. Let's say we mulligan 5. That's 12 plus 3 extra cards for turn 4. So that's 15. So you need Bruno and the hat. So that's a 47% chance to have both in your hands. So that's just too low for a card that is bad on its own. And Boss on a Roll is something that could be okay. But I'm pretty sure you just want to focus the rest of your deck completely on control in this meta game. Um, but maybe not. I want to try to make it as competitive as possible, and if you want to go full meme version, then you definitely play Boss on a Roll, Bruno, hats, everything. You just play everything. You play all the Jafars you can get, but I want to try to make it as competitive as possible, and um, in yeah, in that case, I don't think the hat and Bruno are good because Bruno just dies to everything. Um, And turn for Bruno really hurts because if you have let's go back to the video. So if you have turn for Bruno, you can't play turn for Jafar, and you always want to shift turn 5. And this Jafar is probably the best shift target um, because it survives the best. Because the other Jafars, these two only have 2 defense, so they just die to everything. And this Jafar probably stays alive, and then you can shift. So basically, kind of what you're doing if you're playing both of these, is you're playing this for Lightning Rod, this to look at the top 2 cards, Lightning Rod, and then this. This then survives, then you can shift, and then you can go on. So yeah, I think other way around, if you don't have this, then you play like and you have the uh, if you have the Robin Hood, and then you shift on turn 3, then let's say that they have to focus their effort on the Robin Hoods, then you play the Jafar, and then you shift the Jafar, and if both survive, then you can draw like 7 for this, gain 7 lore, maybe Holy World again with the shifted Robin Hood, and then gain 14 lore, and then you're in a very good position, right? So I think playing 12 is maximum, maybe even less. So if we go back to the scene, so we have Big Jafar, Auto Jafar, and the Holy World. So at 11, the chance is basically 50-50. And so 49.81, and at 12 is it's 50.26. So that is zero point 0.4 increase. Um, so that's very low for another Jafar. Um, uh, yeah, Zeus, yeah, but no one plays Zeus anymore. There's like in green steel's maximum like one or two, and blue steel's maximum one or two. So from all the cards that you play, Jafar is most likely to survive in this meta game currently. Later, like if let's say this deck would ever become meta again, then yeah, people play 3 or 4 Zeus. But right now, there's not that many Zeus targets that you want to get. Most things you want to kill are uh, Diablo. People focus their deck on killing Diablo, and um, that only has two, so they maximum go to Smash for Diablo plus Cove. Uh, and for example, Blue Red doesn't really have any cards you want to get rid of except for the Tamatoa, so Blue Steel might slowly start to play Let It Goes. Um, Yeah, so steel decks don't play use that many. Like the purple steel deck I'm checking out now only has two, right? So the chance that it survives is relatively high. Obviously, it can still die, and then you're sad. That's also why Jafar right now could be like a hidden sleeper. Um, Depending on its matchup against green steel, which could be very bad. But and that's why you want to kind of play the deck still with control and card draw, and probably not all in with Bruno head and stuff. Purple Jafar is pretty good, the one that counts your hand size for power. Yes, I know. I think I've included it in the pile. But the problem is that it has always has one less attack than the opponent's hand Sisu. Because the Sisu says the same thing. It gets +1 attack for each card in your opponent's hand, so that's the same as the Jafar. But it also gets +1 attack from its bases. So if you have more than 4 cards in your hand, then the Sisu can kill the Jafar. Obviously, the Jafar the Sisu back, so it's not the worst idea, but it never beats the Sisu in a Flynn activation race, right? Because the Sisu always has one more attack than the Jafar has. So that's a small problem. That's why I might not want to play it. I get wait 1 second. All right, in like 45 minutes. Yeah, I can do that. Okay. All right. Okay. Change of plans. We're playing some games in 45 minutes. So we'll try to finish this, and else we'll continue this tomorrow with an early stream. But yeah, so that's the problem with this Jafar. But it survives more. That's correct. But it survives basically the same things as the oh, this 4-drop Jafar. So, and this Fort Jafar generally has a bit more uses, but I might include this one. But I like the fact that right now, if we only play 12, um, you have 4 2-drop, you have 4 3-drop, and you have 4 4-drops. So you have if you have multiple, they're never on the same turn. And if you play both Jafars and you have multiple, you always have one. You can't play both. So that's another consideration of why you would not play this. And I think the Steel Jafar is better. Also, it gives your opponents, let's say you don't have the Jafar, um, gives your opponent less of an um, yeah, like your opponents are less likely to quest because if maybe you can just kill it and draw a card, and that's against green steel, for example, that's really good drawing cards and killing things at the same time. So yeah, I would say that this, and I think green steel, by the way, is probably our biggest weakness. Um, Maybe like red purple is probably also not great, and red blue I'm not sure, and uh, yeah, Jafar really helps against green steel, right? So, and the other Jafar, like the other 4-drop Jafar, just not does nothing against green steel. So that's a little bit of a problem. All right, so maybe we stay 11. For all the Jafars, this Jafar is the worst, and uh, this would be a reasonable 11. If you want to go 12, then we can include this one. So we'll put this on like the maybe pile and like keep this as the first few cards we definitely include. We'd also want to have the other Robin Hoods, so we'll get those to shift Robin Hoods. Maybe you don't play the full 4, but we'll play at least 3. Right, let's take the Robin Hoods. Okay, all right. So now we want card draw and removal. So I included these kind of for the meme, the second star to the right, because this card is so bad if you do not have the Jafar. So I'm just including it in maybe, and if we have like no uninkables, then maybe we can include it. Because if you ever draw like 5 cards, it's okay to like shift Jafar if you have a let's say you have both the 4-drop and the 3-drop Jafar, you shift the 3-drop on you shift the Jafar on the 3-drop, and then with both Jafars, you sing second star to the right and draw 5 cards and gain 5 lore. And then maybe next turn you can Holy World. That would be like a good scenario, right? So, um, yeah, second star to the right might be good in that situation, but probably not good. So Peter Pan is an answer to Diablo, and it has some synergy with the 2-drop Jafar, giving it rush basically, because it has evasive on our turn. And Peter Pan says that cards with evasion have rush, so on our turn Jafar has rush, but it doesn't matter if he doesn't have rush on our opponent's turn, because you can't use rush on your opponent's turn. So this one has, and it's a good answer against turn 3 shift Diablo, because you can play it, kill the Diablo, and then it survives. So this one is definitely on our probably radar, just including uh, card draw cards. So Dolores is a good card draw card. Blue Fairy is a good card draw card because we have obviously Shift Robin Hood. We have the Shift this Shift Jafar and this Shift Jafar. So that's 12 cards that draw cards from Blue Fairy. Maybe we play even more Shift cards, right? We can play like one Crab, but and right now in the meta, there's not really anything we need to kill with Crab except for like Tamato. But at that point, you're probably losing. So I'll put that one and the other crabs here. More card draw is Maleficent. Let's put Jafar in this Jafar in the maybe pile. I've seen Purple Steel run Champo. So Champo is pretty cool, but it is a 5-drop, and our 5-drop slot is already pretty high, and our deck doesn't really need bodyguard, so I think we'll not play this card. Rise of the Titans. It's like against the green, against red purple for the Queen's Castle. Or let's say against item decks, but against item decks, I'd rather want to play Benja. So this is a little bit maybe. This is a maybe, but probably not. So we have Mr. Smee. This is a good 2-drop. If we play Blue Fairy, then we're not playing Smee because we have 8 2-drops, and that's definitely enough. And then we don't play Snake. And if we then maybe even with only Snake, you play 2 Snakes for Jafars and no Mr. Smee. So this one also goes on the maybe pile. Benja is definitely good. It kills items, kills uh, Fishbone Quill, which is important because we are a wheel deck. So I would say that Benja is definitely a good consideration. Again, Crab can go here. We're not playing Crab. Mim, like the bounce package is most of the time not played in Jafar lists, so this is probably a no. But it is still a reasonable card. It's just we don't want to bounce our Jafars or our Robin Hoods or our Blue Fairies if you play them. So I think we're not playing the Manamim at least. We're definitely playing for Friends. It's another draw cards, and it's a draw for the Jafar. Uh, the one like bounce card you probably would play still is Rabbit. Maybe not the full four, but you can just use it as a if it dies, then you play it. So maybe something like that. I think Queen's Castle is just too good in this meta. 4 might be a little bit too much for this particular deck, but it definitely can give us more card draw if we need to. And against Green Steel, it's just a very good card, right? It sure might enable Bucky. Sorry, it might enable more Diablo, but we have cards against Diablo. Goat is probably not necessary, but we can play like 2 or 3. I don't think the full 4 is necessary. I think we are going for the Blue Fairy line and then 4 Blue Fairy, 4 Jafar. So more 2-drops is definitely not necessary. So I don't think we're going to play Snake. And then for our steel cards, those were all the purple cards. For steel, we have Storm Rage on. I'm including this in like the maybe pile for removal because it draws cards. So you could sing it well, or you could use it after you shift it with Jafar. I think Aladdin 3 is better than Benja if you're playing Blue Fire. Oh, that's a really good one. Yeah, I completely forgot about that. Let's grab those. That's actually much better. Yeah, you're right. Um, those are here. Um, that is completely correct. I'm playing for. Yeah, I'm just playing. I think I'm just then playing for Aladdin's. That's actually a good point. Uh, it's a Floodborn, draws us a card, and it's uh, it's um, a good card into red blue or blue steel. It can really annoy them. Sure, it doesn't destroy on impact, which is a little bit unfortunate, but you can wait to wheel after you destroyed their thing. And if they spend their turn killing the Aladdin, that's also okay. Yeah, we're gonna play the Aladdin over the Benja. Good job. Good one. Completely missed that. Because now we're definitely playing Blue Fairy, right? So okay, we're not playing Benjas. Let's get those here. Okay, so but booms are important uh, uh, for enemy Diablos, especially because we are playing like a full draw deck, right? So the booms are very important. But we already have Jafar and maybe even Peter Pan's. So maybe the full. Let's get back to the Discord. Let's see if I. Oh, purple steel. Okay, maybe like the full 4 is not necessary. Especially if we play Let's Storm on, but Let's Storm on isn't uninkable, and we might have uninkable problems later on. So I will just add these 5 now. Like there are decks where you play 3 boom, 2 smash, and just keep the smash for a hidden coved Diablo, or just for other matchups like red purple or something. So maybe we play something like that. Then we're definitely gonna play 2 grab your sword. 2 grab your sword is definitely the max. We don't need to play more. And two Zeus is also the max. We're not playing more. And then we have like a possibility of playing Beast and Tinkerbell. They're good with Blue Fairy, and they're just good cards in general. But Beast is a lot worse recently because there are a lot of because Medusa is very prevalent in the meta. So this will probably be our first cut. Right. So let's see how many cards we have at the moment. Yep. Okay, so these are the for sure cards. So we have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and this is like yeah, 10, 20, 30, 35 cards that we want to play for sure. So we have room for 15 more. Maybe we do decide to cut the other Jafars, by the way. That could be a possibility. I will show you. Let's if we return to the calculator. So now with 12, we're playing 11. With 11, we have a 49.81, so basically a 50% chance. And if you go, if we only play 8, then we have a 47% chance. So that's like a 1.6%. However, if we play more than like 1, if we draw more than 1 card, then it goes, let's say we draw 2 more cards, then it goes to 55, like let's say 56 on 8. And if we play 11, it goes to 57. So it's only a 1% chance. Kind of like maybe 1.5 maximum 2% chance. So that is not a huge difference. So you could maybe not play these Jafars. So, but we'll add them now, and then if we are short on cards and we want to include better, quote unquote, better cards, um, then we will exclude them. Okay, so instead of swords, I want to try cheap Bogo. The problem with swords that gets Ursulat or gets Bare Necessities. Well, Bare Necessities is not a card anymore. No one plays yellow, or almost no one plays yellow. Obviously, you'll always play against some people that play Ember Steel, but that's always been a good matchup for this deck. I'm pretty sure. Or get yeah. With Bogo, it takes though it takes a turn to set up, you can keep it in hand mulligan. The problem with the good thing about swords is that you can shift and then sing. So you can turn three shift Robin Hood sing, grab your sword to kill their Bucky, and you cannot do that with Bogo. So that's the biggest problem. Sure, it can get Ursula, but we're only playing 2. And if they Ursula the grab your sword away, then they don't take our whole new world. And the Holy World is also very valuable uh, against green steel. So I don't know. I'm not completely sure. But the fact that it can be sung, and then if we have 2 singers and we sing Holy World and then draw grab your sword, then we can sing the grab your sword as well. That's very good. But yeah, you could do it. But if we're not playing enough flood burns, and it becomes a lot worse, obviously. And maybe in the flood burn only deck, if you play like green steel, chief bogo or something like that, and then bully that mirror, you could do something like that because you're already playing Bucky, you're already playing basically all the good flood burns in that color, in those 2 colors. So yeah, I would consider it more in that deck than in this one. Uh, but it's a good suggestion. But I think I like Grab Your Sword more, and we're only playing 2 anyways, so yeah, it's okay. All right. All right, so we have. Oh, whoops. That's. All right, so we have 15 cards we want to include. We want at least the 2 Grab Your Swords, and I think 3 Baboom is the maximum. Okay, the minimum. Okay, maybe we play 2 because we already have Jafar, but um, our Bucky matchup is a lot worse, or a Diablo against us is a lot worse than for normal purple steel because we really can't have the Diablo alive uh, if we keep drawing cards, right? So um, maybe you can play like two booms and then maybe like two Peter Pans or something. That could be okay if it fits in our inkable. Maybe we can do that. Then we have more characters on turn three, especially if we cut the Jafars. Um, then the Peter Pans fits better. Mm, all right. I think two Zeus is necessary against bigger targets or against well, sure, if you play the mirror then Zeus is good, but we're not gonna assume we will ever play the mirror, right? So let's stick with this. um, and I don't think we need smash here. Personally, I play four booms in every steel deck. Red Flynn and Diablo are must answers on two. Yeah, for Red Flynn, we already have a Jafar. Um, So and normal steel decks don't have that. So that deals with the Fox line, and for the Sisus, it becomes a bit more of a problem. That's correct, but I basically seen on the basically almost no baboon list. Sorry, steel list play four baboons. And I want to I'm kind of basing it on them, and then maybe in testing you can go to more than two, and then you can cut the Peter Pans, right? But for now, the Peter Pan is just is a good um, I would say these two baboons are more for the Flynn than for Diablo, and against Diablo uh, we have we have more things that we can do than some other steel decks can do. Alright, so we're playing four Aladdins. That's what we want to do. Um, uh, because it's a flop board, it draws its cards and it kills items. So that's good. I think we're just not gonna play goats. I don't think we'll have space. And for the Tinkerbells, we need to think. You might also not have space for the let the storm rage on, and I think uh, the booms are better here. Also because the storm rage on can't be, sorry, the booms can't be taken by Ursula, and the storm rage on can be. And then the Queen's Castle might also not be for this deck, although it is a very good card. Um, I think I will make the decision not to play these Jafars and just go a little bit more of a mid-range plan and hope we draw enough cards to stick with 8. Again, the percentage is if you draw more cards, the percentage difference between 11 Jafars, which is like 57.8, and 8 Jafars, which is 55.5, is yeah 2.3% gain in your games, and that is just not enough to not play other cards that you need in in other matchups. And obviously, now that you play less Jafars, the other Jafars become a little bit more important. But if your opponent constantly focuses their turns on killing your Jafars, then you can use your other cards to get get other advantages. So let's put at least three Aladdins here. Maybe the fourth Aladdin is a little bit overkill. All right, so now we have this. We have uh, two more here, so we have seven more cards we can include. How many Uninkables do we have? We have four Holy Worlds here. And then two Grapple Swords here, so that's seven. And then 8, 9, 10, 11 uninkables. You don't want that many, but the other cards we're playing are not uninkable. We definitely want to play 4 blue fairy actually. So now we only have 3 slots left. This is getting a little bit tough. So what we could do actually is like we could not play the followers and then because we're a little bit of a late game deck anyways, that would free up 4 extra slots. Yeah. Um, yeah, that would free up 4 extra slots. And we have enough answers early game anyways, and we don't need the extra lore. So maybe we do that. Maybe we cut the followers. So we have 4 extra slots here. So let's put these down. Okay. So let's replace those with the blue fairies. So now we again have 7 cards we can include. I think maybe the Green Castle is a little bit too much. It's more for like a mid-range deck. Although the card is really good, obviously, but it doesn't synergize with Jafar. And maybe we just want more like draw power anyways. I think 3 Aladdins is enough. Um, and I think I want to always at least play 2 Tinkerbells for a little bit of the extra late game. Maybe maybe Beast is a little bit too bad now with the prevalence of Medusa. So maybe we play 3 Tinkerbell and then we have 4 more slots for card draw. How much inks are we running? We're running 4 here, 2 here. So that's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We can run 14 uninkables, play Merlin. Although the Dolores is also pretty okay. Maybe we have to look a little bit of how our curve looks, but this could be like your first 60. How many Floodborns are we running? We're playing 3 here, 3 here, so that's 6. Then we're playing 4 Jafar, so that's 10. And we're playing 4 Robin Hoods, so that's 14. And then 4 more Jafar, so that's 18 Floodborns. So 18 Floodborns is enough for Blue Fairy. I would say you could even maybe argue that you can replace 1 Merlin goat rabbit with the 4th Aladdin, depending on what your local meta is. So Merlin draws a card. If they kill the Merlin, we do not play any bounds. We don't have the space for that in this deck. So um, is it is it better than Maleficent? Because Maleficent is inkable and it's a 3-drop and it extra 1 health. We don't really care that much about. Um, I mean, we could always Zeus our own Merlin if we if we need to draw 1 more card for Gabe. And the Dolores is interesting, but it's also a 4-drop. But this is, yeah, kind of if one opponent is exerted, which is likely, but it doesn't always happen. Especially against green steel if they don't have a Diablo laying around, because we want to kill that early. Then, hmm, okay, I think I'll go for Merlin first, but these are very close. These are all very close. Probably Merlin, then Maleficent, then Dolores. I think that's my kind of tier list. But we can see how much the Leaf's battlefield effect matters, or the uninkability, or the 4 versus 3 cost. Okay, so this will be our like other testing pile, and this we will just not play. Um, let's see how our curves looks. So we have 4. Uh, 6, more 4s, 3 here, 2, 5. I mean, Zoo is not really a turn 4 play, but we'll just put it there for now. Let-ins. And the turn 2 Jafars. And the 4 Jafars. And the 7 Jafars. I'm putting this at 5 because it's basically a turn 5 play. Robin Hood's here. And then this is, yeah, either turn 5 or turn 3 play. Okay. Yeah, I mean, this looks like a reasonable curve. Maybe, yeah, maybe you want to put these 4, especially, that's a good run. I was thinking if you want to play a turn 4 Jafar almost always, then you don't really want the Merlin in hand. But the other idea is if you do not have the turn for Jafar, then you want a Merlin because you have literally nothing else to do except for maybe like Shift or Robin Hood. Um, I mean, the chances that you have one or the other are pretty high versus the chance that you have neither or both. So let's stick with this. This would be my 60 for now. Maybe you can include an extra. Um, Maybe you can include an extra few cards if you want to go above 60, but if because we always want our Jafars, that's not um, always the best scenario. So but if you want more, you could like include 2 more Maleficents. It's a little bit better for our turn 3 curve. Or you can play the 4th Tinkerbell, or maybe in a meta where there's less red players, you could play the Beasts, and or in a meta with more red players, you can play the 4th Aladdin. But we'll play like this for now, and maybe we goldfish a little bit. We goldfish our mulligans a little bit and see what the what the goldfish would looks like, and then I'm not sure if we can play a game today because the guy that would wanted to play has some technical issues, so maybe we cannot play it today. Um, let's read a couple of other chat. Um, all right. Let's just sleeve it up, get some goldfish on, and then we can end the stream. It will be good late night stream. Then you can go sleep at 3 a.m. That's a good one. Then tomorrow I'll try to see if I can get some games going with this deck, or I'll go back to red blue items. That is my main deck. And tomorrow I'll probably post another video on red blue items, and I'm not sure on which match. Maybe on a specific matchup, maybe against the mirror, something like that. Uh, like the mirror or the stock mirror, or maybe against green steel. That might also be a good one. Maybe see if someone commented and wanted a specific video, then no, then I'll make that one. And otherwise, I might still make another goldfishing video because goldfishing videos are fun to make and they're quite good to learn from. just leave this up. Again, the rabbit is probably the first cut or the first change you would do. I mean, if you change the rabbits for Maleficent, you will run almost no uninkables, and you can really mulligan very aggressively. You can probably already do that anyways, because Merlin is not the worst uninkable in the world. It's all fours, and yeah, as a long game is a bit unfortunate, but the best thing about this deck as well is that you can always ink the big Jafar if you really need to, but like if you have two in hand and you do not really see the opportunity to shift both, right? Because then you will need 10 ink, and that's a little bit much. So yeah, if you have two in hand, then you can ink one very easily. But yeah, you would want to do that as late as possible, just to make sure that your opponent doesn't know what you're doing. But I think as if you play a turn to Jafar, your opponent will know what you're doing, and then you can ink it during that play. Or maybe on turn three, you could like signal as if you were playing just purple steel normal, and then play the Jafar, the two drop Jafar, and then when you play on turn four, the big like the the turn four Jafar, then you ink the big Jafar. So it depends a little bit on what your hand is, but second Jafar is almost always a pretty free ink if you have a Wonder World in hand. If you don't, then you probably want to keep both, and maybe you can shift one on turn 5 or shift one on turn 6 and play one on turn 7, something like that, and then hope you draw well. Let's say if let's say you have a blue fairy or something, that would be a good combo, and then maybe you draw into a Wonder World and you hold the world, and then you gain 7 more lore and +1 for the blue fairy, right? So that's a good combination. Let's sleeve up and play some goldfish. Almost done with sleeve. Always make sure that you shuffle well. Uh, this might be more than 60 sleeves, by the way, so don't worry about that. Okay. Let's just see if we counted our cards correctly. That's also very important, because if we have a lot more space, then we can increase our deck's potency, right? So okay. So right now we have this is 5, 10, 15, 20, 5, 10, 15, 20, 5, 10. Oh, we can still play 10 more cards. Oh, that's much better. Okay. I thought we already were at 60. Okay, never mind. We are at 50. All right. Whoops. In that case, we are definitely probably playing Maleficent as well. And let's play a Tinker. Maybe Aladdin. Or maybe just maybe something like this. Maybe fourth Aladdin, third Tinkerbell. Oh, sorry, fourth Tinkerbell, and the one drops. That could be good. I think that's the best version. Yeah. Okay. Follower is probably your best read. Yeah. Trying to cheat. Yeah, I mean, in a deck like this, it's a little bit It's a little bit risky to only play 50 cards, but I think in a deck in a combo deck like this, it's pretty good, because you increase your chance from like with 60 cards from 50%, 55%, and with 50 cards to 69%, right? So there's basically 10% chance increase to get the. But I think then yeah, play eight one drops is probably good. So the followers, fourth Aladdin is pretty nice, and then uh, Yeah, 69. Yeah, nice amount of chance. Yeah, and then I think play the Maleficent. 69% is the best percent. Yeah, yeah, agreed. Unfortunately, we cannot play 50 cards. Imagine if there was no minimum deck size. How much would you go down? Like, what would you do as an aggro player or something? Maybe you go down to 40 cards, maybe something like that. Maybe 30 cards. Uh, but then the wheel like mill decks would definitely be played a lot, and kind of like put that minimum cards threshold a lot higher. I would go aggro with 40. Yeah, 40 would, or like maybe like something like a combo deck like this. If it weren't about drawing cards, or um, maybe like the beast combo. You can play like 40 cards with beast combo, and it's just play full removal, and then uh, guarantee your turn 6 beast with definitely Seraph of Nottingham in your hand plus a BU. Oh, well, that was not supposed to happen. We're not playing one random Jafar. Okay, I should just do on the. Here. Okay, alright. So now we have 60 cards, and now we're gonna. I was like, it's weird that I have. Uh, it's weird that I have 70 sleeves lined up, but okay. But no, okay, we just had 50 cards. That would have been very cool. But no, 50 cards, 50 cards play would have been nice. Okay, let's pal shuffle a little bit. Normally you shouldn't really pal shuffle, but uh, when you have ordered your cards completely like that, then it's okay to pal shuffle as long as you make sure that you shuffle a lot afterwards. Because obviously pal shuffling is not random, it's just sequencing differently. And if you keep it like this, well, after let's say a few shuffling, then it's not okay. Yeah, I'm gonna play meme deck with Bruno, red, purple with 20 Merlins. Yeah, and then you could play like a lot of Merlins. You could play like, yeah, you play 8 mana mims. Maybe you even play dragon or something. Um, and you could, yeah, play LeFou to untap it. Play shields to untap it even more, right? So yeah, that could be a cool idea. I say something is something like that could be fun to play. But yeah, it's like playing meme decks is fun, but just Merlins. But I do have LeFou, Red Flint, Sisu 3 still. Okay, so you're playing like red purple, but also with all the Merlins, Merlin Squirrel as well, stuff like that, and then just play Bruno and hope you get the Merlins. And if not, you cry because you just wasted wasted the card, kind of. Let's leave that Discord. All right. Um, Let's see. Let's see. Okay, I think this is good enough. Okay, just Merlin's 1/3 chance, but with Squirrel Mirror and LeFou and Boss in the roll, you can set up 100% chance. Yeah, that's true. And then you gain lore, and then you can you decide like not to draw it or something? Uh, what does the card even say? Bruno. Alright, what does it do? Nice. If it's a name card, no, you have to put it in your hand. Okay, so that's a bit unfortunate. Um, so you can use it once, gain 3 lore, and then you have to try again. Then you have to just try again. Okay. Let's see if this works. Okay. I hope that's enough shuffling. Alright, let's draw 7. Alright, so the idea for the mulligan is you mulligan everything that's not wheel or big Jafar, I would say. Uh, Maybe you can keep like a small Jafar, but you wheel this probably, and then. Nah, I would say just wheel everything. Uh, okay, so this is a really bad hand, but I don't know. You'd probably just lose every game. You're not getting a big Jafar, so maybe just mill everything uh, except for Holy World, one Holy World, and big Jafar. Unless you have both, and then you can mill for curve or inks, right? Alright, let's say we're not playing against steel or item deck mill, so we ink the Aladdin, draw. Yikes. Uh, I guess normally you just ink Tinkerbell, kill something with boom, draw. Holy hell. Alright, so this, like, we play like 14 uninkables, which is a low amount, and we get like a hand like this, so this is very sad. We had to ink Jafar, uh, ink Robin Hood, play, alright, draw. Now we get the Jafar, but we don't have one, so hope now we're trying to draw for Jafar. So draw 2, that's not a Jafar, so playing another Merlin, draw another card. That's 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 a big Jafar, so we don't need that. Okay, because we already have one. Trap draw. Turn 6. Alright, so this is just sad. This is just sad. We can kill like you could what you could do is you could sing Merlin and kill the other Merlin with the Zeus if there's never a Zeus target, right? But that's obviously not a good idea. Normally you would not do that. So let's get this back. We would draw another Merlin, so now we don't even have an inkable, right? So now you could say like, oh, we really need an inkable. Fuck it, we're gonna kill our own Merlin with Zeus, draw a card from Merlin, and then we draw. Okay, well, with this you're never winning. You have 3 Holy Worlds. Okay, so this is a total break. Let's this one doesn't count. We have 3 Holy Worlds and like the top, what, 15 cards. Double big Jafar, no inkables, triple rabbit. I think it's just still from a little bit of a stack deck, but yeah, that would. And we also milled away another. We milled a Holy World and we got a Holy World back. So let's shuffle. Let's shuffle again. Um, me check 1 second. Okay, let's shuffle. Uh, okay, let's shuffle. Let's see if we get a better hand. Uh, Alright. Alright, 7. Let's see. Okay, let's see if we get a better hand now. Alright, so we have a Jafar, but we have no wheel. What you could do is like do this and then mill 5, hopefully get a wheel. I think we'll do that. Like if you have both Jafars, probably more important to get Jafar than a wheel. Uh, Especially with like getting a blue fairy. Alright. So now we have a lot of opportunities to draw cards. We can play blue fairy. Um, we can play Maleficent. We can draw 2 cards with friends. We can play the Jafar, draw more cards. So now we just have to try to find the Holy World. Okay, let's see. So we ink Tinkerbell, draw 2. Okay, here I would probably ink the blue fairy, play blue fairy, draw. Okay, here's the whole new world, so now we don't really need to search for whole new world again. So what we kind of want is ink, um, or what you might want is search for Jafar or like a Robin Hood, so you can play Robin Hood early. Okay, let's. I mean, normally, like Maleficent and Aladdin are basically the same, but because Aladdin draws a card because the blue fairy, so here you would play the Aladdin, draw a card for blue fairy, untap, draw. Alright, we have another Holy World. So now you want to, like what you could do is if you have, like, if you think the chance is high that the Jafar stays alive, you could while we're inking this Jafar, play this. You could we draw a card from Blue Fairy. Right, draw a card return. Let's say we ink followers. What you could do is we quest like we do this. We shift here, or yeah, instead of like singing Holy World, you could quest for 1, then shift, draw a card from Fairy, gain a lore from Jafar, and then sing Friends and gain 2 more lore for Jafar. But for now, let's just sing the Holy World. Let's see what we get because we already have Holy World in hand. Our hand is not our hand is not that great, so but we're not drawing a card from Fairy because we're playing Holy World anyways. So we're just yoink, drawing 7 cards, gain 7 lore. Then hopefully we draw friends. So now we friends, and we go to 10 at least. We probably have quested already with the fairy a few times, so that's more. And then if it survives, you just win the game here almost, right? Uh, let's see, draw cards. Because this is 3 already, or yeah, this is 3 already, and then you could play another blue fairy, and then ink and play Floodborn, for example. So, all right. Thank you for watching, legitimate business person. You should probably look for your concentrate on your definitely legitimate work. See ya. Um, yeah, sorry, there's game. All right, let's do another one. So that one went relatively okay. I will now, let's see, try to include a, yeah, we'll try to include a lore counter. Actually, I might just set up, oh, that's not OBS. Let's see if I can, uh, let's see, like copy, let's put that here. Wait, all right, whoop. All right, let's, oh, why doesn't it work? Huh. Oh, because it's different. Oh my God. Settings, hotkeys. I need to change the hotkeys for a second. No, that's the same. Okay, weird. Hmm. Okay, what if we delete it here? Oh, then we copy and then we reference it. Oh, yeah, here. Then we post reference. Maybe it works like that. Yeah. Okay. Sure, we'll do it like that. Okay, so, oh, legitimate business person, thank you for following. Um, all right, that works as a lure counter, so we can use lure counter to see how far we get during the goldfish. All right, 7. We have a whole new world, but we have no Jafars, so we throw away 6. 5, 6, 7. All right, so we have 2 Jafars and a shift Jafar. That's cool. If the yeah if we can like if the 2 drop Jafar survive, that's obviously the best, but that doesn't always happen. Okay. So here you would always ink the Tinkerbell because we're never going to turn 6. Draw, unless our Jafars die, obviously. Alright, you don't really need the friends to draw cards, but let's say if we're against green steel, then you could keep it and ink the Aladdin here, but maybe even against green steel, you could just ink the friends here and just play the Jafar. Next turn, draw. You can now you could see now that you have 2 Jafars and like um, 2 shift targets, you could check. All right, will my Jafar survive if I shift it? Because if it does, you can like ink Aladdin, pass, draw. Right, ink Jafar, play Jafar. Then next turn, uh, draw, ink Robin Hood. Shift Jafar on that one. Then, okay, assuming we haven't quested with this one yet, because it's a 3-2, most of the time you don't. Um, but we have probably quested with this one already, so we go to 1. Could probably quest with this to 2. And probably with this one to 3. And then next turn, we untap, draw, ink tink for 5, shift on this one. Quests go to 4, then sing Whole New World with this one, and that would give us 7 cards, so that's 14 ink, go to 18, and at that point you're very close to winning, right? So you can, let's say, play it followers, and then they have to kill basically everything you play the whole game. If they don't, let's say they whole new world, let's say they be prepared or something, well, I mean, if you're playing against green steel, that obviously doesn't happen. But let's say they kill our characters, draw for turn. We can play like Maleficent, draw. We just play like draw cards, spell cards, right? Let's say we play like a blue fairy, and then we ink a Jafar, and then we play Jitterbug Feather. So they need to kill at least 2 of these again. Let's say they kill all of them somehow twice in a row. Let's say they have double B prepared. Then we draw another card. And then what you could do is you could just uh, play friends, draw 2 more. All right, now we have another Jafar, so next turn this will definitely win. So let's ink that one, and you could keep the rest in hand because the ink doesn't really matter anymore, right? If it survives, you win. So let's say it doesn't. Again, they have something, maybe Beaking Undisputed this time, right? So we draw Aladdin here. If they are deck playing Beacon Undisputed, what you can do is you just play Robin Hood, Jafar, and then because they're probably already also a deck that plays Medusa, so Jafar is not the best here. So that is 3, that's 4, 7, and then Aladdin for 8 to play the Robin Hood, so that if they Beacon Undisputed or late Jermaine, you kill the Robin Hood, and then next turn you sing Holy World and you go, you win. All right, that was a good deck building stream and a few goldfishes. I'll test the deck out tomorrow, see if it's a little bit fun or if it works at all. Thank you guys for watching the stream. It is 3 a.m. here. I'm going to bed. Thank you for watching.